Hey everybody, it's Blake with Channel Android. Today I'm going to do a quick look at the Lenovo Thinkpad. This is an Android Honeycomb 10.1 inch tablet. If you've seen our other video on the IdeaPad from Lenovo, you can check out those videos, see the software and the hardware. The software is very similar, but this is a little bit of a different device. If you're not familiar with it, it is more of a business device, whereas the IdeaPad was more of a consumer device. So let's take a quick look. The screen and all the software you see here is pretty much the same as what you would see on the IdeaPad, except for right here we have a notes application, which we'll take a look at in a second. On this side of the device, let's see if we can get the lighting good enough here. We have I've forgotten now. We have micro USB, mini HDMI, a proprietary connector, and a 3.5 millimeter slot. And give you a little bit of a look there. That's a little better lighting. Okay, this side is plain, flat. This side we have a speaker port here, and then a little sliding spot here that has a full-size USB connector, which will come in handy if you have the folio case for this device. So that's it on this side of the device. Now let's look at the top. Here on the top we have our volume up and down buttons, and we have our stylus. And if you're not familiar with this device, it has stylus integration similar to what HTC has done with the Flyer and the Jetstream. And then down here on the bottom we have some hard buttons. The first is a rotation lock here, and then we have a browser button, and then a back button and a home button, in that order. The back of the device, you see you have the little red LED on the back, right here, on the Thinkpad logo, and then the Lenovo logo, and then we have the camera right here. There is a front-facing camera as well. So it's par for the course hardware wise with pretty much all of the tablets that are out there. But the thing that makes this tablet different, and in my opinion a little more special, is the fact that it has the stylus integration, which will really come in handy if you're a business user, or if you say want to use it as a student, which I've tried using it for note taking. It's pretty nice. So there it is. The back that I just showed you has a soft touch type coating on it that feels pretty nice, and the device feels nice and solid, and there's no real curve to it like we see with some of the other tablets out there, like the Zoom and even the IdeaPad. It's very flat, it's very sparse, there's not much to it. It just feels like this is a device that's just going to work. Now let's do a quick comparison. Here I have a Zoom, and let's look at the size of each of these. If you compare the width of the devices, they're pretty close. I don't have the specs in front of me to tell you how much difference there is there, but they're pretty close. If you're looking at it from this angle, it looks like the Zoom is not as thick, but that's because of the way the Zoom tapers and curves on the back. If you get to the thickest point of each, then the Zoom may be a little bit, or the Zoom may be, I think they're about the same size. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Obviously, the Thinkpad is a larger device. Let's turn it around like this, see if you can get a good look at the width and the height. That's about right. So you can see over here we got it coming out a little bit on the back, and it's substantially taller Now, let's compare this to the Samsung Galaxy Tab, which I have here. Now, you can go back and see our video on the Galaxy Tab and the zoom comparison. You can see here that the Galaxy Tab isn't as tall when held in this position, but the width is really close to the same. Now the thickness, there's nothing on the market, at least in the US yet, that's going to compete with the Galaxy Tab as far as thickness, at least running Android. So it's pretty much what you would expect. But overall, the size is not that much different on the, well, the width is almost no difference, and the height is not much difference at all. So, who is this device for? Do you need this device? Should you want this device? I think there are a lot of different devices out there that are compelling in many different ways. The Galaxy Tab, because of its great screen and its small form factor. The zoom was nice when it came out. I think this device is great if you want a device with a stylus and that is not insanely priced like the HTC Jetstream from AT&T. If you think you could use the stylus integration, you want something that'll work as a business tablet, I believe this is the route that you want to go. It's a little smaller than the IdeaPad, which I don't have to do a comparison, but basically I'm kind of confused with Lenovo because I'd have no idea why I would want an IdeaPad if I have this Thinkpad as an option and they're close to the same price. To me, this makes the IdeaPad, unless you just like the way the back of the IdeaPad looks, it's a bigger device, it's thicker, it's taller, it's wider, it's honestly a little bit too big. Not that there's a huge difference, but it's a little too big. And this device is, while a little bit thicker than some, not as thick as others, and a little bit taller and wider than the Zoom, it's still a very nice device. So I suggest you check it out if you are looking for a device that has stylus input, or if you're just looking for a honeycomb tablet in general. Thanks for watching the video, and be sure to check out our site and look for a full review of the Lenovo Thinkpad at channelandroid.com.